Davey, positive start to the group campaign in terms of 3 points. Give me your thoughts.
I thought the first half had a lot of control in the game. We had, I think, 4 good chances. I think Mark pulls off a great save for wee pats. Boobsy's had a good chance. Christian hits the inside of the post. Boobsy's Robbie, just in case. Anyway, that's his nickname apparently. And then the one wee pitch was flagged offside. It was onside, like yards onside. But again, I thought we had 4 good chances in the first half. I wouldn't say Forfar done very much, if I'm honest, and that we had a lot of control in the game. And then we got on, we get a wee bit of information into the boys where we feel the space is, because it's really condensed, playing against a low block, which is difficult. It's difficult, but we managed to get that goal with a cross. I think wee Clarkey digs it out, and it's a good finish with Liam.
You need to be kind of patient in these moments, don't you? That
I think it's important. Like I've been on the flip side of this, so we've been Forfar, if that makes sense. We've went to Parkhead, we went to Ryeblocks, all these clubs, so I kind of know how the game's going. And I've had a lot of these feelings over the last 6 years, but it's on the opposite side of this now. So I thought we lost a wee bit of control in the game. After that, the game became really direct and really forward. Probably the same information I would be telling my players: if you're away at home, get us up the park, put balls in their box. Striker, get us up the park, fouls. And I think we lost a wee bit of control for 15-20 minutes. We had to defend our 18-yard box, but I thought we'd done that very well. I think Jamal had a good save at his left post. Mix it up a wee bit. We had to try and get a wee bit more control in the game. I felt we'd done that. I thought there was at least 3 or 4 occasions in the second half we've got to take a lot more care in the counter. It was like good numerical advantage we have, good central areas, we've got good numbers going forward, and it was just that final execution, Wee Andy goes on, gave us real energy up top, wins a foul and Boobsy, Robbie, Boobsy scores. Do you know, I kind of thought he would score for that distance. There's just a wee bit of rain in the park, and I'm thinking just get it low. I spoke to him about half time about trying to keep it low. I think Mark's fairly decent in and around his wingspan, but if you put anything down low, he's just a big boy, he's a big goalie. They struggle with that, and Boobsy gets a great contact, and I think the pace does Mark. And really, 2 goals, probably should have been more with the chances created, got to do better on the counter in terms of the execution, and a clean sheet. And I thought they asked questions at times in the second half, and fair play to Forfar, but do you know what? We answered the questions. Sham had a save, defensive unit, the zonal unit. I think they all defended our 18-yard box fairly well.
Still going to take the group a little while to settle, obviously. There's been huge overturn this summer, as we know, so there's going to be moments in games where... For me, looking at it, I think I've kind of gave you the overall thing. I think we've got to be a wee bit braver at 1-0. They pressed us, and I think we've got to be a wee bit braver and play through the thirds. That's the information. But I think it's about us growing as a group. You scored 2 goals, you've created a couple of good chances, you've got a clean sheet, and there's been a lot of substitutions in the game. Again, one of the main important parts I speak to the group, we're not going to do anything with 11 players this year. I think we need the squad sticking together. It's early doors. We're going to have a rough squad, slightly diluted in terms of the numbers we've had previously, but going to be sitting in around 20, 22 a pushy first team players, and the kids will probably go out and loan to get them their development. So I think it's important as a group we all stick together, and I think the subs today, I think the subs in previous games have had an impact when they went on the park, and that's really, for me, that shows the squad depth. I feel that we've got good squad depth, and albeit we'd like to add one more, but I think we've got good squad depth in the building now, and hopefully you guys can actually see that. There's probably out 11 players at the start of the game. We've probably got 2 players for every position just now. There's a wee bit of versatility there. Use Big Knots as an example. He's not your first choice right back, but he can play right centre back, he can play right back. Jamie can play 6, Jamie can play right back, and you've got that with Christian and Clarkey, so there's good numbers all over the park. Boobsy can play as a 9, he can play off the left, he can play off the right. Andy Winters can play off the right, left, but can play through the middle. Big Tetty for me is a number 9, he can play off a side. So we've got good numbers, and we all can bounce as a 6, Stephen can be an 8 or a 6. So we've got real good options in there, and it's just about growing as a group. listen, nothing grows you better than winning games of football. Nothing grows you better than keeping clean sheets, and that's really one game at a time.
Are we any closer to seeing that player coming in, or is there anybody going to be leaving the building the next?
Well, I've obviously spoke to a couple of the players. I think Miles has been here, and we've said to Miles that he needs to move on if he's wanting game time. I think Sammy needs to go out and develop. So I spoke to Sammy and his agent, David Carson, but David's in the round of squad now, and Mo Sangari. So Mo could be. We could have a wee bit more information in the next 48 hours. That probably Mo going probably balances the book. We're probably looking for another one or two to move on, which would maybe free up a wee bit of money. It's probably going to be the loan market at this point, because you're looking at Premier League clubs maybe down south, and I think we need one more offensive player in. Someone who ideally can play across the front free, but potentially someone who can play with our back to goal and get us out of the park at times. We still go, I'm trying to think who's injured. Ricky Corboa still to come back in. He gives us pace and genuine trickery in the wide area, so I think we're not a million miles away. I don't think we're a million miles away. Gowser got 90 minutes in his legs a day, so that will benefit him hugely, and it's 3 points and just look to kick on. And clean sheet, 3 points, created chances, defended fairly well, controlled a lot of the game, albeit we lost a wee bit of control in the game around the mid 60, probably 75 minute mark.
Yeah. Just finally, on to Dunfermline next week. They won at Spartans today, so both teams on 3 points. So quite a big game next week in terms of.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would probably go and look at that. And I'm not being disrespectful to the other clubs in here. I look at Ray and I spoke to him. He was sitting with 2 outfield subs in his bench. Excuse me. So I think you're looking at ourselves in Dunfermline to probably go and top that group. And I don't mean that disrespectfully to Cove or Spartans or Forfar. So it's a big game, but we've got a lot of big games coming up, and it's just about us as a group try to play how we want to play this year. In terms of a lot of the last 6 years, you've been focused on the opponent at times. I think it's about what we're trying to do in the game, how we're trying to play in our shape, in our system. I think it's just about building that into the next game. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but take one game at a time and see where it takes us.
Absolutely, no worries. Thanks for your time, David.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.